Oh, I have Bluetooth on. Maybe that makes a difference. Okay, I sent you the request.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Manifesting a Legacy Live. Tonight's episode will be a little bit different, so bear with me one moment while I get it set up. I apologize for the technical difficulty we were having before. It was feedback from the two lives on at the same time. We got that squared away. And on tonight's episode, we have the one and only Keadi-ann Williams, who will be discussing her book that she just released, Elyot Goes to Earth. I will be adding her on shortly. So thank you all for your patience. I will be adding her on shortly. Okay, I'm about to accept you now. And bring yours over so we can see the comments.
We could do that.
Hello, 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 hello. I hope you guys are having a beautiful evening. Oh, and before I bring her on, let me just display this dress. You can wear it as a dress, you can wear it as a shirt. It's by Katie's Closet. Now let me sit my chunky butt down. Okay, so let me bring on the one, the only, Miss Keadi-ann Williams.
Hey guys. Thank you for having me, Miss Go.
You are welcome. I hope everyone can hear us well and can see us well. We weren't able to do the two lives at once, not in the same area. It was giving feedback.
Yeah.
Even with us turning the volume down, so we're just going to stick to this live. I appreciate all those hearts. Whoever's doing those hearts, I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. So, as you can see, we have the book display in front of us. Elyot Goes to Earth.
Yes.
So, Keadi-ann, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, my name is Keadi-ann. I am the owner of Katie's Closet, and I am the proud author of Elyot Goes to Earth. The last time I did a live with Miss Go, I announced that I was going to be publishing a children's book, and voila, God is good, and it's out, and I'm super excited.
All within a matter of what, months?
Yeah.
Within a matter of months from the last live that I did with her, the book is published. We have the hardback copy, and then we also have the paper copy available.
Yes, and ebook is actually also available on all your major platforms like Apple and Amazon, and also Amazon Europe.
Oh, we international with it. She said Amazon Europe. We are international with it. Okay, so tell us, what was your process of deciding that you wanted to write a book? What made you want to write a book?
Oh my goodness. So, guys, this actually goes back a long way. I've always loved to write. I was that girl that had a journal in high school, like a diary actually in high school.
Okay.
I love to write always. And I always knew I wanted to write a book, but I didn't know what I was going to write about, to be honest with you. It just literally happened. I had an idea and I wrote that I know I wanted to do something that was unique. I wrote like a couple sentences and it was like that for months. People think writing a book is easy. It's not, especially when you want to do something that's different.
Right.
You will lose your capability to write sometimes. Like you just need to have some kind of motivation or to figure out the story. Like for me, I knew I wanted to implement pieces of my childhood in the book. I knew I wanted it to have a message. But a lot of the times, just trying to control the narrative was kind of hard. So it took a very long time. It took years of development because even when I finished the book, I wrote it 7 years ago, but it has evolved since then.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. Yes, that is correct. And it's evolved since then. And it wasn't easy. And trust me when I tell you, when you're writing a children's book, it's so many things that goes into the language. Like, what is the appropriate language to use? Sometime in the beginning, I found myself using words that were just too big. And I was like, oh my God. But, when it helps when you have people to kind of bounce your ideas off of. So when they do read your book, they're like, okay, Katie, you're using books that like a 20-year-old, not books, excuse me, language a 20-year-old would know. It's too complicated.
Right.
So then I had to soften it. I always wanted it to be appropriate.
Right.
And I also wanted it to be something that was beautiful and that was attractive to children. So I took all of those things in account when I was writing the book. And trust me when I tell you, I think the hardest part was also developed. It's kind of crazy because I always knew what I wanted the characters to look like. Mm-hmm. Finding the illustrator was the hardest part. But I got through it, and God is good, So, but yeah, that's basically my process. And a lot of things has happened in the last 7 years, but the book has evolved, and it got to a place where I was finally happy with the final product. So then I went forward.
Okay, so tell us how you have evolved with writing this book, and also what age group is your book for?
Okay, so let me answer the second question first.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. The first person that edited this book was a Pulitzer Prize editor. They had edited a book that won a Pulitzer Prize. And I struggled with the appropriate age for the book, but I also didn't want to pigeonhole myself.
Right.
Because honestly, even if you're an adult, you will enjoy this book. And I'm not kidding. It's so cool. Like I love this book. And it's not just big. Well, yeah, and I did write it. But so
it's not because you know the author.
You know what I mean? So if I was to choose an appropriate, I asked him, if you were to choose an appropriate age group, what would you choose? And he's a professional, and he suggested ages 5 to 8.
Okay. That's
what he suggested. Okay. However, I feel like any age would really enjoy the book. I feel like if you're in middle school, if your kid is in a diaper and you're reading books to them at night, they will enjoy it. It has a great message. It has beautiful illustrations, and it's something different to read. It's unique.
Okay. So back to the other question.
Oh boy.
She said she was going to come back to. She thought I was going to let it slide.
I thought she was going to forget.
But no, let's discuss how you have evolved as a business owner, as a woman, as a person.
Guys, this is I'm going to be extremely raw with you guys. I have evolved so much. So much has happened to me, personal wise, professional wise. It's been a ride. Believe me when I tell you. Growing up, life has a way of throwing so many things at you, and as life happens, your character is always being molded, right? I've learned patience, a lot of patience. I've learned to be a lot more empathetic. That was a big one for me, and that was because of the people that I've come in contact with over the years, and I have learned through them. What they say, living vicariously through other people.
Yes.
I have really definitely changed a lot, and I would say for the better. And I'm still learning, because if you're not learning, you're dying, honestly. Right. I am always learning. I'm always willing to learn. We don't know everything. I've been divorced. I've been married. I've been divorced.
Wait, she says I've been married. I've been divorced. I've been divorced.
Yeah. Well, no. Correction. I've been married and I have been divorced.
Yes, because then somebody would have been like, "Well, dog,
well, how many times she been married?" No. But that changed me a lot. Okay. Actually. In the past, I found myself putting my dreams on hold for other people. So during that process of being married, when you're married and you have a family, you tend to put your dreams on the back burner because it's not important. It's about us. It's not about you. So I learned a lot from that. And I came out of that, surprisingly, a lot stronger than I thought. A lot stronger than I thought. And I just decided that no matter what, I was gonna get this book out. So I was like, I don't care what stands in my way, I'm gonna get it out. So I just focused completely, and I was like, I'm not gonna stop till I get it right. And it took some time, and I'm gonna tell you guys, be encouraged. If you have a dream to write a book, don't let people fool you. I've seen a lot of pop-up ads saying, "Oh, write a book in a week," or "I will help you to write a book." Like, that's not how it works. If you care about being a writer, you care about your body of work, it is a process. Be encouraged. Do not rush it, because you want to make sure that whatever you're putting out, you're proud of it. And I'm proud of this. So that would be my
answer. Okay. She went deep on me. I was like, I had to go down with it. Let me see. So we have talked about the age group.
Yes.
Give me a snippet of the storyline.
Okay, so the book is about a child inventor with ambitions for the future. Okay, so he has some stumblings there, and he is also evolving himself. He's getting a little bit more mature, right? But one of the things that his biggest thing is that he's an inventor, and he wants to enter into the Kingston Science Fair. That's all he's ever wanted to do. Kingston.
Did you hear that?
Right? I mean, that's not like a secret. Anybody that knows me know I'm from Jamaica. I can't leave Jamaica out of anything. So, I have pieces, like I said earlier, I have pieces of my childhood in the book, like the street I grew up on, the park I used to play in, the city that I'm from in Jamaica. And anyway, there is another child in Jamaica, and some people haven't. It's so funny. Only one person has figured out who this child is. But anyway, he befriends this child that's also an inventor. And they enter into the Kingston. They have their little trials and tribulations. They enter into the science fair, and you're going to have to read what happens after that. I can't give it all away.
Right, you can't. She just gave you a little taste, a little bit, just to entice you, to draw you in. So yes. I definitely say parents, godparents, aunts, uncles, this is a book that you want to invest and sow into the seed of your family, the youth that you have in your family. and purchase it for them. It's not often that we can say we have a book that comes from our area, or that we have a book that comes from our people, that was written by us, for us, that also has a message, a story, and morals behind it. And we can say we know the person who wrote it. So often we have so many books that are on the shelves or that come out, and we can't say we can touch or access that author. You can touch or access Keadi-ann.
Definitely, and I will always respond. That is for sure. I just want to kind of add on to what Ms. Go just said. And this is very important to me. Mm-hmm. This book, it's written for us and it's by us, but it's for everyone. It is important to me that we understand that we have to love each other.
Right.
And I want to be able to have that inclusiveness with my body of work. That's important to me. Okay. Because, you know, and I don't mean to get all deep, but, you know, hate is taught.
Yes.
It is, you're not born with hate. So you will also find that there's some areas of my book where you're going to see different types of children. You're going to see a child in a wheelchair. You're going to see a child with vitiligo. You're going to see a child that's Asian. You're going to see, so that's important to me, that, you know, children, we're supposed to be groomed in love. So where that is concerned, I want you guys to know that this is for all kids. It's for everyone. And that's really important to
me. And I definitely feel like it's for everyone, not just because she said so, but also because if you look at the characters, you don't see a color. You see little aliens that are people.
Well, you see, there's human children in there too, but they're from different cultures.
Right.
Yeah. So, and you'll see them at the science fair in the book.
In the book. So tell us what you hope to accomplish with your book.
Oh. Have you ever heard that saying, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough?
Yes.
My dreams scare the heck out of me. Okay?
As they should.
Just thinking about it makes the back of my neck sweat. Okay? But what do I hope to accomplish? I hope to share a piece of my creativity with the world. We talked about legacy on your show.
Right.
And we talked really deeply about legacy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a part of my legacy.
Yes.
No one can take this from me. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm proud of it. And I want a child in Jamaica, Europe, somewhere in one of the countries in Africa. I want every child.
Dubai.
Oh, by the way,
Sweden.
I had someone from Dubai purchase my book the other day.
Oh.
That you mentioned Dubai. I want all children to be able to read this book and never get tired of it. I want them to love it, and I love it as much as I do. So that would be my goal. I would love children to, and not only that, but so let me kind of tell you about the message of the book.
Okay.
So that ties into the answer to the question. So there's several messages in the book, and there's also several key pieces in the book that if you're not paying attention, you will miss it. But a lot of people have gotten it. That's why I haven't really posted up some of the reviews, because I'm like, you're giving away too much. But one of the messages is shooting for your dreams, regardless of what happens on the way, because you're always going to come up, across some stumbling blocks. But it's important that no matter what, you're going to jump over those hurdles and keep going. So that's one of the things the book teaches kids. The second thing is that, and I think we need this more than ever, it teaches children the importance of respecting their parents and how important it is for the parent to be able to trust you as the child.
Wow.
And it's also funny because I have patois in the book. There's a little bit of, for those of you that don't know, Jamaica language, broken English is patois. So I put a little bit of patois in there, and it's just every time I read it myself, I laugh at the portion where the patois is. I'm like, man, I tell you, I still can't believe I pulled that off because I was scared about that.
Scared to put it in there?
Yeah, man. Because
were you scared they weren't going to understand it, or yes, it was going to be too much?
Yes, but what made me put it in? Jamaica. Everybody loves Jamaica. I have never met a person from. There's so many people I've met over the years from different corners of the world that love Jamaicans. They love Jamaica.
And you know where that came from? Bob Marley.
Yeah. He touched his music.
So many people.
Touched so many people.
As a person, and with his music and his revolution, that he basically put Jamaica on the map. Like, everybody loves it because of him.
And everybody loved the Jamaican people, the culture, the food. I mean, everybody that has ever been there, I've never come across someone that has a complaint about being in Jamaica. But because I wanted it to be a comfortable book, but I also wanted it to be appealing to different cultures. Right. And I was a little afraid, like, people. So what I did was I decided to use Jamaican language that is more something universal that everybody could understand. So that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And then I felt more comfortable about using that language in the book. You know? So
there's certain things that whether you're Jamaican or not, you hear them and you know what it means.
You know what it means.
It's universal. Like, you be like, oh, that's my Jamaican friends say all the time, or something like that, but you know what it means. It hits you and it resonates with you.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you use language,
yes,
in the form of patois that will resonate with everyone.
Yes, in a small portion of the book. So yeah.
Okay, I like that idea. Okay, so when is the next book?
Ooh, well, she just feels that because I told everybody that I was publishing the book that I would give away all my secrets. For now,
call me Oprah Winfrey. I get it all from
first. I am not telling. Is there another one? You'll have to wait and see. But as for now, this book has just been published. I'm super excited about it. It's on all your major platforms. You can even get it in Google Play, guys. You can get the soft cover. Paperback. I keep saying that. Hardcover and ebook available like on every major book platform, basically. So I'm not gonna tell you yet, Misco, if there is one, but
what she means to say is she's not gonna tell you guys on live.
But
me, I will know. So I understand. You gotta keep a little bit under wraps.
Yeah, man. And besides, this book just came out, so I'm just really excited for the future.
She's really taking it in.
Oh yeah.
With this, you guys should have seen her book launch and her book signing. When I say an emotion of roller coaster,
oh man,
like crying, happy, wow, ooh, it was everything.
I just want to say, I am so unbelievably grateful for the people that came out to the book launch, each and every one of you. People came out to see me that I hadn't seen in over 10 years. That was so amazing to me, like so amazing. My old supervisor,
wow.
Yeah, like it was several people. My old vice president wanted to come. Wasn't able to make it and went ahead and logged on and bought 2 books just to show support. To see, and guys, it's crazy because we didn't plan to have speeches at the launch. It just organically happened. Like my mom got up and said that she said some really beautiful words and said she was proud of me. And then every person that had bought a book came up, and before I signed the book, they had something to say. And let me tell you, I was just, because I'm not used to being the person that's in the front. I'm always being the supporter.
Right.
So to have all those people be there in that moment, and money can't buy that. No. I'm just so grateful, and I'm so thankful that people came out and supported. I had such a great time. And Miss Go was there. And I just want to say thank you for coming because she wasn't feeling well. But she said, I don't care how I'm feeling. I'm going to be there. I was like, girl, what are you doing here? Because she was feeling so badly.
So badly.
So bad. Guys, it was written all over her face. But she came. And I mean, I wouldn't have even been upset if she didn't come. But she came to show support. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I had to be there. I was like, let me see who I can get to drive me there and drive me back in case I can't. Because that's just how bad I was feeling. But when it comes to saying that you love someone or you support someone, for me, the best way that you can do that is show up for them when they need you.
Oh, yeah.
And too often we lack on that end, or we forget to do that for people that we say we care about or that we love. We forget to show up when they need us. Something. It's not about the money. It's not about attention or anything like that. It's just being there when that person needs you. That's something that you cannot buy.
Yeah, definitely.
And they will definitely remember forever because it's a feeling that you put within them. Like you are pouring into me.
Yes.
You're sowing seeds into me. You're here to encourage me. You're here to uplift me. You're here to share in my joy and on my journey.
That's so true.
And we need that in sisterhood and in brotherhood and in friendship to, elevate each other and just to keep growing. And we also learn from each other. It's like we throw ideas at each other all
day
long.
All day long.
Like, what you think about this?
So are you investing? Are you? I mean, so many things. And I just before I forget, Dr. Dacia Andrews, and I'm sorry if
Dr. Dacia Andrews.
Dacia, I'm so sorry if I obviously butchered your name. Please excuse me. You asked the question, did you self-publish? Yes, I did. I did research, kind of comparing regular publishing and self-publishing, and I decided that self-publishing was the best route for me. I did not want to disturb the integrity of my book. It was important to keep it the way I wanted it. I wanted to control that. So I decided to self-publish. It is a process, okay? But what I will tell you is that it's the process that worked for me. This is what I wanted. I wanted to control everything. When you're going, the regular publishing, you give up a lot of your rights.
Right.
They can change things. They can change the cover. They can change the word. They can do a lot. And that's not what I wanted. It was important to me that, the integrity of the book was not disturbed. So I went the self-publishing route. That's a great question.
Well, thank you for that question, Dr. Dacia Andrews. She knows I love saying her name, and I have to say the whole name. I can't just say Dacia or Dr. Andrews. I say, no, Dr. Dacia Andrews.
You have to put some respect on her name. Put some
respect on her name.
The doctor in front of it, right?
She earned it.
That's amazing.
And then the way she carries herself just makes you want to say her whole name.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I don't even know you, but I like it.
But that was something new for me to hear that you did self-publishing because I didn't know it was self-published.
Yes.
I've seen and I think it's a Lifetime movie I was watching, and I was watching this writer go through so much trying to get their next novel published because they were going through a big publishing company, and they didn't like this, they didn't like this. They were literally crossing over things, and they didn't like the cover he liked. They didn't like a lot. And it was just like years later.
Now it becomes something else. It's no longer what you wanted.
Right.
So that's why a lot of musicians go independent because they want to be able to control their music. You want to be able to control your body of work. I also want to just tell you guys, for anybody out there that wants to write a book or you're in the process of writing a book or trying to figure it out, be encouraged, because I have met some people that have really tried to discourage me over the years. About 7 or 8 months ago, several months ago, I came across this person. Someone referred me to this person and said, "Hey, I know you're done with your book. What I have a person that is an editor at a major major book company, book publishing company, and I won't say the name, but I was so excited that this person thought enough of me to refer me to this person. That means they trusted me.
Right.
So I reached out to them. Well, first of all, I said a prayer because I was so nervous to make the call because this is like my baby, you know? And I made the call, and it wasn't even her phone. It was her assistant's number. I left a message on the assistant's phone. The assistant called me back, I would say maybe 2 days later. When she called me back, she was like, I can schedule you in. This is how you know somebody big time. And I will not say the name.
The assistant said I could
The
schedule you in.
assistant said she could schedule me. I think it was like the next day. It was a Wednesday. I would never forget, at like 2:00. Guys. So the next day at 2:05, this person calls me. And I looked this person up. They actually were a pretty big deal. And this person said to me, now I want you to understand something. I had never published a book before. I was already nervous about my work.
Right.
And I'm like, what am I going to say to this woman? Like
Erykah Badu say, I'm sensitive about my...
Well, I'm sensitive about my... Right? But let me tell you something. This woman said to me, well, after I kind of spoke with her a little bit, and I told her my vision and what I was doing, and the book is completed. She said, you're probably never going to publish. This is what she said to me. This is an executive we're talking about. You're probably never going to publish. If you do end up publishing, then call me. I guess I'll just buy a copy of the book. This is how she's talking to me. Call me. I guess I'll buy a copy of the book. And just leave a message to my assistant. But I'm just going to let you know, like, this business is not easy. So if you're looking for something easy, I'm like, this woman doesn't even know me. But I'm going to tell you something. When I got off the phone with her, I was smiling. And I was with my mom, and my mom said, why are you smiling? I said, God just confirmed that I'm going in the right direction. Because she took so much time to try to tear me down. I said, okay, God, I see what's going on. And I see what's happening. I said, I'm cool. I said, that's how I know I will achieve this.
Yeah.
Because the woman took 15 minutes just trying to tell me how I'm going to fail. And that motivated me. I just took all of that and I bottled it. I harnessed that into some positive energy. I was like,
I felt that.
When I tell you, I said, okay, God. Because my mom
she lit a fire and don't even know.
She lit a fire in me. And I was like, wow. I said, you know what, Lord? I want this book to publish, and I don't even want to call her. I want her to see it on her own. And I want her to remember that conversation. And I know that she will. But I'm telling you this story, guys, because I want you to understand that you need to be encouraged. When you believe in yourself, it needs to be enough. It needs to be enough. Do not let anybody don't share your listen. Don't share your dreams with nobody that cannot understand your focus.
Yes.
Don't do it. Energy killers. Don't do that.
Yes.
You share your dreams with people that's going to say, okay, well, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? That woman took 20 minutes trying to tear me down. And I was on the phone like this. And when I got off the phone and I hung up, I didn't even say bye. I didn't even say thank you for your time. I just hung up the phone. And my mom was like, why are you smiling so hard? That woman tore you apart. I said, that's okay. God just confirmed I'm going in the right direction. So it's going to be fine. And here I am. What's that thing on TikTok say? Here I go. That's why I love doing a live with you. Right.
Here I go.
But be encouraged. Like, I encourage you. Like, and if you ever want to send me a message, you can send me a message on my Instagram, which is EGTE2021, or Katie's Closet, which is KDEZ Closet. And if you ever need any information, I am not like some people that say, I'll help you. And then you reach out to them and they're like, what? Huh? I will actually take the time to help you. It takes nothing from me to answer your questions. Nothing.
Right.
I really, honestly, do not mind. So if you have questions about the process, don't be afraid to reach out.
Definitely. I definitely want to piggyback back off of that whole situation. I tell that to people all the time because there's like someone who has a great following on social media, and he's always posting every little thing before it happens. You know who I'm talking about. He's always posting every little thing before it happens, and I'm like, hey, learn how to cover your blessings, because you exposing it to everybody, and not everybody is meant to know, hear, or see, or know what God is trying to manifest. And if it hasn't manifested yet, don't tell it to everybody.
No, don't sing it.
Because you don't know who could be praying for your downfall, who could be wishing it doesn't happen for you, who could be speaking negatively. All it takes is for one person. They always say with a seed, whether it's a positive seed or a negative seed, all it takes is one drop.
That's true.
To penetrate your mind, to penetrate your heart.
I know exactly what you're talking.
And now you're not aligned because you're so busy trying to prove something to people.
Yeah.
Let your work, let whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, prove your point for you.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you have to try and prove a point to people.
And the internet will, listen, guys, honestly, the internet will have you like fooled. Like, there's a lot of people out there that are posting things, and you like, you ever had somebody post something and you know them personally, and you're like, what? Like, no, honestly, like, you don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Right.
Be your authentic self. You're dope all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? What did the world do without social media?
It's so many people, and they say it's the young generation, but I see more adults that are lost and that need attention. Like, we have stooped to, we hurting our babies and scaring our babies just for likes and shares on social media. It's like, that's what we doing?
Listen, one time I was going to post this picture, and people that know me, they know I have a really fun, animated personality, but I really do try my best to be careful of what I post. And it's not because well, you're an adult, you can do what, yeah, but I'm also an adult that have family.
Right.
I'm also an adult that
when you respect yourself and others.
Exactly. Like, I don't know why, but have you seen
We had that conversation the other night, literally.
Guys, what is up with these females that post a picture of themselves looking back at it, like just showing their butt? Like, what are you doing? Is that all you, I mean, if all you have to show is just, your body parts, that's not much. You got to respect yourself. And I'm not judging anyone. I'm simply saying, like, you are worth so much more than that.
But you can't tell anybody else that you're worth more than that if you don't know it and show it yourself.
Like, there's just so many inappropriate things. Like, the other day I seen an 8-year-old with the new iPhone scrolling on Instagram, and there's so many things that a child can see on Instagram that's inappropriate.
Right.
It's just I don't know. It's just crazy what people are putting out there these days. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just saying that, like, we got to really be careful. All of us. I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm saying us. We got to be careful of what we post. And we really don't have anything to prove to anyone.
Facts. Because I say all the time, I never take down old posts that are on my page when I used to be posting some wilding out stuff. And I can post some shady stuff, or I can hit you and I can get petty with the best of them. Nickname Petty LaBelle. Do not try me. Do not
Petty LaBelle?
Petty LaBelle.
Anyway, we digress.
But if you go back on my page, I left it there so you can see the growth and elevation as a woman, as I've matured, as I acknowledge that I have responsibilities to myself. I have responsibilities to people that I mentor. I have responsibilities as a businesswoman. So I can't do what I used to do. Yeah. Nor do I want to, because I've elevated. Once you are awakened, ignorance to certain things is like, it's not cute.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, it's all good, and we all grow, we all learn.
Yes.
No one's perfect. We make mistakes, but do we learn from them? That is really the important
So I am looking forward to more books.
part.
I just want to make sure everyone has a good view of that. That's my 3D look for you. And this is the hard copy.
Yes.
As I said before, sow the seed of purchasing the book for your children. Sow the seed of purchasing the book for your godchildren, purchasing it for your nieces, your nephews. Let them see that we can be authors as well. We don't just have to be rappers and athletes. We can also be authors.
Yep. We can be anything we want to be, actually.
That take me back to that Nas song. I know I can be what I want to be.
But that's a good message, though.
Yes.
That's important.
So we definitely want you to, purchase the book. I will, when I share this live, I will also share the link for it. If you are on my page and you're following me, the link is in my bio. If you click on the link tree, you will see the link in the link tree to purchase this book.
Yes.
If you have not already, as I always say, go to the top, click up above where it says Manifesting a Legacy Live. Go ahead and follow this woman. Oh no, I'm doing it only from my page.
She's doing it from her page.
I remember that before, and somebody said it because I just thought about when we did it before, and it was like, she's not up there. I will tag her when I share the live.
And I'll give it to them verbally for the book. If you want to see, so recently, I feel like the universe likes action. So I had this idea and I had some business to do. So I flew down to Jamaica, I flew home, and I went back to where this all started. I went back to where I used to live. And I have footage of that on my page if you follow EGTE 2021. Again, that's EGTE 2021. So you can kind of see a little bit of the backstory of some of the things in the book. And also, as I said again, I own Keadi's Closet. You can also follow KDEZ Closet, KDEZ Closet. And you can access the links from both of those pages. I actually also just recently added it to Kadi'sCloset.com because everybody was asking me to do that. And that's really for if you would like for me to sign your book. Or if you just want to buy the book directly from me. Some people don't want to buy it from Amazon because I ship it faster than them. So if you want to buy it directly from me, you can do so.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And if you would like me to sign it personally to the name of a child or name of someone, you can let me know and I will sign up for you before I ship it. And then you can also order from Amazon. Amazon has something going on where if you are a Prime member, you pay $0 for shipping. So it's free shipping.
Okay. We on Amazon Prime. We is up there. Yes. Please understand it. You know why I'm excited? Because I was just telling you I finally got my other book. It just came in.
Yeah. You were telling me about
so I was like, yes,
book.
we on Amazon Prime. So, like,
yes. And that's
you don't have no excuses.
Every major platform
on Amazon.
Every major platform, Barnes and Nobles. If you want to get the book instantly, and you are a person that loves to do the ebook, it's available on ebook immediately. On all major book platforms, it's available.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you looking for any events or endeavors where you're able to do a book reading? So if there's anyone who happens to own a bookstore,
sure,
or you own an event space and you would like to set up for her to come out to do a book reading,
sure,
and we bring in a group of kids, would you be interested to that?
Of course, I'm in anything that's going to push the book, so I'm very interested and very open into all of those things. No matter where you're located, let me know.
Okay. So we go from Dade, Broward, West Palm. We can put them vehicles on the road. We can come pack up all the books. We will be there.
Exactly.
You can inbox her. You can inbox me.
Yes, definitely.
We will definitely make it happen. So that is definitely a look that she's trying to get into. So as I said before, if anyone happens to own a bookstore or a event space that they would like to have her come out and do a book reading, and we set it up and bring some kids in, or if you have a community center or outreach program that you would like for her to show up at to do a book reading and signing, that also can happen as well.
I'm very happy to do it. Happy to be there.
So how has things changed for you since launching your book?
Oh man. You know, when I first launched the book, and nobody doesn't know this, but now they will. So when I decided to launch the book, it takes a week to be completely uploaded into the system.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually got launched on the 17th of October because it took a while, like, to just work out the kinks and stuff like that. And let me tell you when it hit me. I'm in the car driving. My friend is next to me. And she's like, let me check Amazon to see if the book's available. And I pull up in the parking space, and she goes and she puts in the first word of the book, and it comes right up. And I went like this, and I held her hand. I said, oh. And she pulls it up, and I went nuts in the car. I was screaming. I noticed people were like, she is crazy. What is going on with? I was screaming. I was yelling. My eyes welled up with tears just because, like, you guys don't even understand where this is coming from. This was just an idea. It was one sheet of paper, 2 sentences. It started as 2 sentences. Then it became 3 pages, 4 pages. Now it's 60 pages. And, you guys have no idea what has gone into this. But when I saw that, I went crazy in the car.
As you should.
I went crazy. What? I put the window down. I was like, ah! Like, I was just going crazy. And, my friends, my real friends, like, we have such great energy for each other. So she's screaming, I'm screaming, and she's like, my friend is up there. It was so beautiful, guys. Like, that just, like, did something for me. And then, of course, I started, like, sending it to my other friends, and they were, like, calling me on video chat. Girl, oh, my God. And, when I first got this in the mail, because what happens is the companies that I went through, they send you, like, the first 2 copies just for an approval.
I remember this.
Oh, my gosh. I'm out. And my agent says, hey, here's the tracking number for your sample books. I click on there, and it says delivered. Oh, my God. I think I tore the streets of Miami up trying to get her. Ask her. I don't even think I hugged her goodbye. I was so excited. I jumped. I didn't even get on US 1. I cut across the back roads down 82nd. I tore. Listen, when I got home, it was in a casing with cardboard, and it was leaned up against my door. And I just remember taking a deep breath, and I picked it up, and I was just thinking to myself, Lord, I just hope that because it was very important to me that the book had a beautiful finishing. It was very important to me that the colors were beautiful and high quality. So I started thinking about, Lord, what if I open this box and I get upset? What if I open this box and it's not going to be right? So I go inside, and I sat down on my couch, and I just had it in my lap. I couldn't even open it because it was like, is this really happening? Like, it's finally happening to me. And I took a deep breath, and I opened the box. And when I opened it and I saw the color, I started screaming again. I was going nuts. And then I opened it, and the first thing I did was like, first of all, I prayed.
Yes.
I prayed, and I was like, God, thank you for being just faithful.
Everything.
He is faithful. Listen. I prayed and I cried, and then I took it and I showed it to my dad, and my dad was like, my daughter's name is Empress. That's the first thing he said. He was like, my daughter's name is Empress. And he was so excited because he remembers where it came from. I showed my brothers and stuff like that. and it showed my family and my mom and stuff like that. And then I started calling my friends. When I started calling every friend I called cried. Every friend I called cried. Every single one of my friends that I called all shed tears. Well, no, Rachel, because Rachel tough. She ain't cried. she but she was very happy for me. But all my friends cried. All my friends was like, oh my God. And one of my friends, when I called her, I just lifted up the book and tears ran down her face. And she said, girl, you did it. Oh, that did something for me. And then I started crying again. It was crazy, but it was such a beautiful moment. It was such a beautiful moment. It really was. So.
And you can also have that moment with whatever dream or goal it is that you're trying to accomplish. Don't give up on it. It's gonna get hard. It might be a long process or a long journey. All of that process, all of that journey is to help you get to that finish line, get to that goal. It can be done. Don't give up. Because people are going to tell you, like, hey, you can't write a book, like someone tried to tell her, oh, it probably won't get published. If your dream is to be a musician, write your music. Do whatever it is that you want to do, but don't let anyone deter you from what it is that you have within you. That is your passion. That is your fire. Don't let anyone put out that light.
Yeah. Yeah. And be also, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to tell you guys something. When you do what you love to do, it doesn't feel like a job. You could be tired, your back could hurt, your feet could hurt, but it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like fun because you could do it every day and not get tired because you love what it is that you do.
Right.
Do what you love to do and the money will come.
Right.
If I could have started things, and believe me, I understand everybody's path is different, right? But if I knew then what I knew now, there's so many things I would have changed, but I do understand that everybody's path is everybody's path, right? But do what you love to do, and the money will come. But put your energy into because you will put out the most effort you have ever seen from yourself when you do what it is that you really desire to do.
Right?
Yeah.
Because so often we get caught up, and I was having this conversation with one of my other friends, and I was just like, we get caught up in this mindset because society has sown into us that we have to graduate high school, go off to college, become in debt because we go off to college, get a degree to go work for somebody, and then hope they give us benefits, hope they see our worth, when if your goal or your passion is to do graphic design or to be Arthur or to be whatever, you can do that, and you can cut out that middle person of you working for someone.
Yep.
And by no means am I saying, oh, don't get an education, but going to college is not for everyone. There's a lot of people who have several degrees and they're not doing anything in the field of any of those degrees that they have. So don't let other people guide you and tell you what your goals and your dreams should be. I can say I remember when I went to nursing school because it was something my mom pushed on me. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, being a nurse, is a good, stable job. You'll always have work. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, but not in that sense. Because I can't take seeing somebody hurt, crying, bleeding. Like, blood doesn't bother me, but to see somebody hurting and there's certain things you can't stop.
Right.
I can't handle that. Mm-hmm. So there's other ways that I choose to help people. But you have to know what it is that you want to do, what it is that God has instilled in you that you can put out to the world to share your light. Don't let anyone dim your light, as I said before.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's a lot of light dimmers out there.
A whole lot.
A lot.
Get them out of your shadow. You don't need them there.
And I'm pretty sure over your journey, there are some people, situations, relationships that you saw that you had to cut.
What? Listen.
Because otherwise you wouldn't be here right now, because they were either a hindrance, they were toxic, they weren't pouring into you positively.
And that's a big deal. That is so much of a big deal. You guys wouldn't even understand how much of a big deal that is. It is so important to have the right motivators around you.
Yes.
It is so important to have the right energy around you. I have ended friendships that I've had in over 20-year friendships because jealousy. They have more than me, but they're jealous of little old me. And I want to see you win, and you're, behind my back, you're tearing me down. I've had to. I remember there's this guy friend that I have, and he said something to me that just threw me. This was last year. He said to me, I mean, I know this sounds bad, but I didn't think your business was gonna go anywhere.
Wow.
No, but look, I laughed and I said, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, I really didn't think all of this was gonna go anywhere. Like I was really surprised and really proud of you that you made it, because I really didn't think much of it. I thought to myself that you're crazy, like you're wasting your time. And I said to myself, I said to him, I said, even if you thought that way, you should have never told me, because now I don't even want to deal with you. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. And I haven't spoken to him since. You just have some people out there that the both of us are looking at this one thing and we see something totally different.
Right.
When somebody tells me no, that's not my final. God is my final.
Right.
So my thought process is very different. If Miss Go comes to me and says tomorrow, you know what, Keadi-ann, I want to start a clothing line. I'm like, all right, Miss Go, let's do it. What do I need? What can I do to help you? What? Let me teach you what I know. It takes nothing from me to help somebody else.
Right.
Just be careful of the energy that's around you, because in order to pull off your dreams and goals, you need the right energy around you at all times.
Very much.
People that they understand that it is not a option to fail. I mean, you're gonna fail. Things are gonna happen, but are you gonna learn from what happened, and are you gonna keep pushing? So keep the right people around you at all times. Even if it's one person, that's still a blessing. As long as that person is in your corner, they pour into you, you pour into them, and it's authentic, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I always look at it like it's better to have that one solid person than a group of unreliable people that aren't supportive, people that aren't going to pour into you, people who aren't going to encourage you. And sometimes in life, you have those people that they will say, no, you can't do this, or you can't get that done, or it's never going to happen, because they can't see it happening for themselves. Mm-hmm. Don't keep yourself around that type of energy. I don't care who it is. It could be your family. It could be your man, your woman. You gotta cut some people off.
Can we just say that if you are in a relationship with someone and you are ambitious, and I've experienced this before, and you're a very ambitious person, and they continue to what happens when you keep taking from a bank account and you don't deposit? When you keep withdrawing, what happens?
You're gonna have some insufficient funds.
It's gonna be depleted, right? If you're with someone and they are not seeing that they don't see what you see, like they don't understand your goals, they don't respect your goals, they tell you need to sit down, you're doing too much, and you need to really think hard about the type of person that's sitting next to you, because those are the type of things that can hold you back.
Yes.
Getting with the wrong person can really send your life in a direction you don't want it to go. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something we have to be careful of too. Whoever we're dating, that, and because it's like a more intimate thing, like it's really important because you're around that person all the time.
Yes. Because, like you said, because it's an intimate thing, you are more vulnerable with that person.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're more open with that person. Say, for instance, a friend or a family member says, hey, that's not going to work for you. How you receive it and how you feel about it and how it turns in your spirit is going to be different from someone that you have a physical and intimate relationship with.
Correct. That is so important. Be careful of that. Be very careful of that.
If he around here telling you, girl, you doing too much.
No. He should be helping you.
Right.
I'm when we're
and
doing
vice
shows,
versa, because I'm sick of females always saying pour into her, and we definitely want our men and our kings to pour into us as sisters. But keep in mind, you gotta pour back into him.
Yeah.
You can't say help me with my entrepreneurship and he wants to do a business, but he's looking to other people to help him with his business, but you want him to pour into you for yours, or promote yours, or help you with yours. It can't be one-sided.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's very, very important. I found myself in the position that I was in. I found myself giving too much of myself and not getting anything in return, or getting a mediocre amount of energy in return.
Ooh,
So,
mediocre.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what she meant by mediocre, because that probably went over some people's head, I need you to receive this. When you pouring and you giving 100, and they give you 3%, just the bare minimum to keep the relationship afloat, because they don't want to lose you, but they're not going to invest in you. They don't want to lose you, but they're not going to put a ring on it.
And sometimes people will see your potential and ride your coattail.
Come on now.
They will see your potential and they'll say, you know what, I'm gonna stay with her. I'm gonna be like a vampire. I'm just gonna suck all her good energy. And then when I have gotten my fill, I'm gonna move on. That happens too, especially when they don't have nothing going on.
Yes.
Be very careful of those types of people. One of the things, and I mean, I kind of digress a little bit, but one of the things, especially as women, we can never be afraid of being alone. I'm not, understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not encouraging, single life. But what I'm saying to you, would you rather be in a relationship where you feel alone?
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's really important that we set, and I said we, because we all make mistakes.
Yes.
We have to set a standard for ourselves. I noticed that there's a lot of single people, today, and there's a lot of people like, man, why can't I find someone? Why can't I find it? And being single and that feeling of loneliness can be very dangerous.
Yes.
Because then you can entertain energies that you don't have no business entertaining. And that can send you into a place
settling
where
just
you
to say
don't
you have
want to
something.
go. Exactly. So make sure that you use your singleness and be productive.
Yes.
Harness that energy into something good. Because it's happening to a lot. I've met some phenomenal men and phenomenal women, and they're single, and for some reason it's hard for them to find each other. And
we had this conversation because I made a suggestion. I said, what if I set up where we do like Christians mingle, but an event, like people show up, they're networking, almost like your play date.
We have something called
but
play date,
it's more so like it's not networking. Like, hey, like let's get some.
You're coming for we want. It's kind of like the reason why I came up with play date and networking to begin with is because my idea was, let's play games.
Right.
Let's date, see if we can find like-minded people, and let's network. Because sometimes a relationship doesn't have to be an intimate one. It could be a business relationship.
Yes.
So that's why we came up with Play Date and Network, which will be back first quarter of 2022, by the way. But
I was waiting for that to come.
You are in. But we're changing the game, so you guys are gonna have to wait to see what happens with that. But she came up with the idea of just having like a dating event for people that are actually actively looking to date. Serious. You know what I mean? They're serious about finding a mate.
Not looking for a sneaky link. This is not what we're talking about.
Whoever came up with that, they need to be shot.
I can't stand
By the way.
You can't be my sneaky link.
Why?
What?
I think, and listen, honestly, I really feel like we need to normalize a healthy relationship atmosphere. We need to normalize loyalty. We need to normalize good communication. We need to know,
because we normalize toxic relationships.
And
those are relationships
guys,
now.
That right there is so, like, I don't know if you guys watch. I don't watch a lot of TV, but sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll find myself watching stuff, and I just realize that the media, they have normalized cheating, normalized being treated badly. Normal, like why? Why is that? That's not normal.
It's not.
Stop watching that stuff because it's just embedded in your mind, and your mind is like a recorder, and it's just playing over and over again. We need to start normalizing relationships. Healthy relationships that needs to be normalized.
Facts.
Because
I had that conversation with a friend, and she was stuck, and I'm gonna just say the reality show that she was stuck watching. She was stuck watching Love and Hip Hop.
Please don't.
And she was not saying relationship goals, but the hurt, the betrayal, the disloyalty that she was experiencing in her own relationship, she reflected upon that show and was like, okay, well, these are celebrities. And they're going to, so if they can't do it, this, I should just go and settle for this. It ain't nothing better out here. Like, no, you don't have to settle, sis. You don't have to settle, bro.
Guys, your mind is like a recorder. Whatever you feed it, it's going to be there. And it will replay itself. It's just
exactly.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this. Have you ever, like, say something happened to you when you were like 10, and then someone like, let's say while it happened, there was a particular flower there or particular music playing, and then when you hear that song, you revert back to what happened to you that's exactly what it's like. So be careful of what you feed your mind. That's so important. But I would love to see that. I would love to see society normalize things that are more uplifting for people.
Right, because I missed all the shows that I had when I was coming up that were positive, that were productive, that were showing families instead of baby mamas and baby daddies and sneaky links and side chicks and all of that kind of stuff. I miss those type of television shows, and we have them, but we don't promote them enough. We promote the drama. We promote the messiness. We promote fighting amongst sisters, fighting amongst women, like grown women in their 30s, their 40s. Yeah. Is on national TV fighting and being catty with each other, and I just don't understand it. It's like y'all got businesses, y'all have to get your mind right.
But you know what though? Some of these people also need to realize what some of these networks are doing, and they are capitalizing on these things.
Yes.
And if you can understand that would maybe change your decision making,
right?
Unless you just love those things, you know what I mean? Because some people, they love that, and I don't judge anybody, but what I'm saying is that we as a people, we need to be able to say, you know what, this is not for me.
Yes.
And I no longer want to be a part of that, especially when it makes us look bad.
Yes. I rarely watch TV, and when I watch TV, I'm watching old shows that are playing me reruns, like Good Times.
You know what?
And I can sit there and watch it over and over, or Martin. Things that are funny, things that just like make you think back and be like, oh, the good old days. And then you clip and you see something else and you be like, oh, I can't. This is why I don't watch TV. This is why I don't really be on the internet. This is why I don't do this. It's just much saturated with negativity.
That's true.
You have to be the person to decide, okay, I'm going to seek out positivity. I'm going to seek like-minded people. I'm going to seek people who are showing their light and being positive, and influencers that are positive, and people that want to elevate people versus just, I'm going to entertain and I'm going to be one of the people who are part of the bunch of people who are tearing people down.
Yeah.
You have to know, and you have to set those standards and boundaries for yourself.
I'm in full agreement with that.
So, Miss Keadi-ann Williams. Okay. Y'all like how I say that? Miss Keadi-ann.
Tell her don't do that no more.
Miss Keadi-ann Williams. What are your final words for the people? What would you like for them to take from this live, from this interview, from your book?
Okay. She knows that I try to think about everything I'm going to say before I say it, but I'll try not to make this answer long. My takeaways is, one, thank you so much for taking the time to listening to this interview. We always have good energy amongst ourselves, so it's always a good time. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming by so we can do this interview and stuff like that. Um, I am so super ridiculous over the mountain excited about my book. And I hope you guys will order your copies and definitely support. Buy one for your kids, buy one for your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, for your friends' kids. Definitely support. Remember that if you would like for me to sign your copy, go ahead and purchase it directly from my link on EGTE 2021 and let me know who you would like it signed to. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I have no problem assisting anyone. I really don't. Um, Takeaway from myself is that I'm so proud of me because if you guys knew me like a couple years ago doing lives, me, what, in front of the camera? Like, no, I'm the person that's behind the camera, helping everyone, getting everyone situated, styling people, doing this, doing that. I am not the person that's in front of a camera. But when COVID happened, it was necessary for me to get out of my comfort zone because the place was so locked down. People were having issues getting products. I don't know if you remember that. When I realized what was going on, I ordered like a whole bunch of products for Katie's Closet for my business in advance. And I called my friend Rachel and I told her the same thing. I'm like, listen, it's going to become hard to get products in. Order a bunch of stuff from now. I would rather have more than what I need than less of what
Right.
what I needed to have. So I needed to push myself to get in front of the camera. So I started doing, like, the first lives that I started doing was when I had those masks. I was selling masks before the county even said it was mandatory to wear masks. And oh my God, guys, I think I did like 500 takes. I pre-recorded it, and then because I was just like, oh, I'm about to go.
I hate how this looks. I hate how this looks.
How it looks, but and you know how you're like, oh well, oh my God, I look like this and I look like that, and I need to lose 20 pounds before I do.
Oh my God! Don't do me.
All these things go through your mind, like, oh my gosh, like. But you know what? I was like, okay, I need to keep pushing my business. So I decided to start doing the lives and start doing the videos. And I was so surprised at how people were really like receptive to that. Mm-hmm. People like to know who you are. They want to see who they're buying from, and
yes,
when you have good energy, people can feel that good energy, believe it or not, through the camera.
Yes.
So, man, when I tell you, I think I sold out of masks 6 times in a row. And then everybody started having masks. So at that point, I just cut it off. But my masks were bomb val, you know what I mean? Like it was made out of silk and a knocker cloth. It was super dope. But that's what made me kind of like started, coming out of my comfort zone and doing a lot. I don't do them often, but I'm really learning more about myself and coming out of my shell as I go. And I've always been a people person, so talking to people is not difficult for me. But I appreciate this live. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and go out and buy my book, Elyot Goes to Earth. You will not be disappointed.
Okay, and I say it in patois.
Make sure you go out and buy my book. You're not gonna get disappointed. She loves when I do that.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who made a comment.
Yes.
Who sent hearts. I've seen the hearts going up several times. We appreciate it. If you just passed through this live, I appreciate that. If you stayed the entire live, I really appreciate
that.
You.
Yes.
Because too often we support people and we don't see it reciprocated back.
Yeah.
The same support. So for those who, pour back into me, I definitely and greatly appreciate it. I try to go out of my way to make sure I support and pour into everyone, whether they are a total stranger or someone I have known for years.
Yeah.
I treat everyone fairly, and I treat everyone like, hey, I want to see you win, regardless of who you are. You could be a person off the street, and if you ask me for help or you ask her for help, we are those type of people we're going to go above and beyond to try and help you as much as we can. So I thank you, and I greatly appreciate everyone who stayed on, because I do still see people live, and I see people still commenting, so I greatly appreciate that. I thank you for coming on, Keadi-ann.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks
bringing your book on my platform.
Thank you for having me.
Just sharing your love, your light with me.
Aww.
Because she has such a beautiful personality and such a beautiful heart. And it's rare. I'm not going to do this. Woo. Woo. I had to bring it back.
Last time you said it. Okay. I ain't doing this,
it's rare that you find people that are genuine. And since I've been doing these lives, I can say there are very few people that I've come across that were genuine in regards to them appreciating the live or me offering them exposure. Because what people fail to understand is when I do these lives, I have to take from my life time to set aside to go live, whether I'm at my house, someone else's house. I have to stop and be like, okay, I got to be here at a certain time to go live.
Yeah, that's true.
You never see me go live sitting in my car or things like that. And well, I have went live, but it's just for like me. But I try to give people the courtesy of, you have my undivided attention when I offer you my platform to go live. So I just want people to understand that and know that it is something that, I work through, because me going live was not something I like to do. I'm a people's person. I love people. I love to talk to people. But you put me in front of a camera, and I feel like I'm constantly critiquing myself, as you said.
Oh, yes.
Did I say this properly? Did I was stumbling over my words? Mm-hmm. What did I look like? My hair looked a mess. What I had on made me look fat. Like you, as a woman, we critique ourselves, and then you put it out there for the world to see, and you allow yourself to be vulnerable for people who can say anything in the comments. When I share it on my page, people can say anything, and I have to take some comments down. When I share it on YouTube, people watch it. Some people watch it. What is it, incognito or whatever? What's the not incognito? Not incognito.
I can't with you.
Word I'm looking for.
Anonymously.
Yes, anonymously. They watch it anonymously, so hopefully that you don't get your views up and things like that, but it'll still show you they watched it, but it doesn't count it towards your number that goes publicly. And I am amazed every time I end a live how many people who were actually on the live while I was live versus how many watched my live after I posted. That blows my mind.
The last time we did a live together,
it blows my mind.
That evening,
when I look and see all the fake pages or pages overseas, and I do have people that follow me that are in several different countries, but it just blows my mind to see so many people that become invested. They're watching it at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get inboxes about a live I did a day or two ago, and they're giving me encouraging words. That does something for me, and I can't express to you guys how much it does for me.
Yeah.
Like, I truly feel it, and I truly try to make sure that I'm bringing you guys quality to the platform that you would want to see.
Yeah.
And I'm not just coming on here with BS that, just to say I go live. Because there's so many people who go live, and they will literally sit there and go live and let you sit there and watch them eat, and you just rambling on in the comments. Y'all just going in the comments, and they ain't paying y'all no attention. They living their life and just got the live there. No, I give you something to watch. I give you some people that you can look up to, people that you can take inspiration from. So as I say, I thank each and every one of you for this live. I mean, for tuning into this live. I don't want to keep going on because I can. And I will find myself crying. I put the shades on because I was like, I'm not doing that today. But thank you. And as I always say, I am patiently between blessings, but I always feel like I'm blessed. So I thank you guys for tuning in. I send you guys nothing but peace, love, prosperity. I hope you guys took something from this live. Dr. Daisha Andrews, I will be in your inbox tonight because I did receive my journal, ma'am, and we will be doing a live about that. Please believe me on that. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Keadi-ann, Elyot Goes to Earth.
Buy your copy.
Okay, now how I'm going to get around here?
You're going to have to go that way.
I'm coming.
She's coming, guys. She's coming to end the live.
I'm coming.
And then we're going to go support Nelly for Amateur Comedy Night. We're coming, Nelly.
Good night, all.